Right, so picture this. The Allianz Stadium, absolutely buzzing. Sunday, February 16th, and Juventus and Inter Milan are going head-to-head.
Yeah, a real clash of the titans.
It is, and this fixture it has this deep history, this deep rivalry, and it usually has major implications for that Serie A title race.
Right.
To really get into it, we've got this great report here. It's kind of a hybrid of tactical breakdowns, player analysis, and even betting predictions. So
we're really going deep.
We're going really deep on this one.
Yeah.
Way beyond the scoreline.
Way beyond.
Both teams are coming in hot.
Yeah.
Which I think adds another layer of intrigue.
Oh, for sure.
Juventus have a decent record in their last 7 matches. 4 wins, a draw, and 2 losses.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all. But Inter.
They've been on a tear.
5 wins.
5 wins, a draw, and only 1 loss.
Only 1 loss in the same time frame.
In the same time frame. And that's why they're slightly favored in the betting market.
Even playing away.
Even playing away.
What's interesting is that Juventus have made their home turf Allianz Stadium a real fortress. Like, their recent record there is pretty intimidating. 5 wins and a draw in their last 6 home games. They're averaging 2 goals per game and only conceding an average of like 0.7.
Yeah, that's tough. Tough place to play.
But Inter haven't exactly been slumping on the road.
No, they haven't.
They've got 4 wins, a draw, and 1 loss away from home.
Okay.
And get this.
Yeah.
Averaging a whopping 2.3 goals per game while maintaining a really, really tight defense.
Yeah, it makes for a really interesting dynamic.
It does.
You have Juventus, who are incredibly tough to beat at home, and Inter, who are in top form and scoring freely on the road. It's that classic unstoppable force versus immovable object scenario.
I like that. Okay, let's talk tactics then.
Sure.
How do you see these contrasting styles clashing on the field?
Well, Allegri, Juventus's manager, he's a bit of a chameleon tactically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's known for switching between a 3-5-2 and a 4-3-3 formation, awfully within the same match, to control the midfield or exploit a weakness.
So he's all about adapting and taking advantage of opportunities as they arise.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And their counterattacking style kind of creates those opportunities.
Exactly. And remember that 4-1 demolition of Empoli at the Alliance?
Yeah.
Textbook Allegri.
Textbook Allegri. Controlled the midfield, waited for the openings, and bam! Lightning fast counterattacks.
I love it. All right, so what about Inter's approach? How do they typically line up?
Inter's manager, Inzaghi, favors a 3-5-2 formation. And they're all about pressing high, winning the ball back quickly, and transitioning into attack at speed. They're not afraid to dictate the tempo and take the game to their opponents, even away from home.
So we've got 2 very different approaches here. Juventus, the adaptable counterattacking force, and Inter, the high-pressing aggressive unit.
It sounds like it's going to be a crucial midfield battle.
A crucial midfield battle, yeah. Which brings us to maybe the individual battles. Are there any key matchups that you're particularly excited to see?
The midfield clash will be fascinating. Inter have a dynamic duo in Nicolo Barella. He's a real midfield maestro.
I've heard of him.
And Hakan Çalhanoğlu, their set-piece specialist.
Oh.
And he can change the game with a single free kick.
Oh, wow.
Juventus will need to find a way to contain them if they want to dictate the tempo.
For sure. And on the Juventus side, we've got Federico Chiesa. He's known for that pace and that creativity.
Right.
And then Dusan Vlahovic, who's a goal-scoring machine. These 2 could cause serious problems for Inter's defense.
Oh, absolutely. And then there's always the potential for a young talent to have a breakout performance. Yeah. That's what makes this fixture so captivating. You never know.
The unpredictability.
Yeah.
You know what I find interesting? Looking at the data from our report, Inter has a slightly higher chance of keeping a clean sheet, around 57%. Compared to Juventus's 43% over their last 7 matches.
Interesting. Yeah, that defensive edge for Inter likely comes from their very disciplined and well-organized back 3. Their defenders, mentioned specific defenders, form a formidable unit. Hard to break down, they rarely make mistakes, and they're very, very difficult to get past. This could be crucial.
It could be crucial. And the report also shows that Inter are less likely to fail to score. Only a 14% chance compared to Juventus's 28%.
That speaks to their attack.
It does.
With Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram leading the line, they're a constant threat.
Yeah, they're clinical.
They're clinical finishers, and they always seem to find a way to get on the score sheet.
It's true. So if we compare like the average goals scored and conceded, Juventus sits at about 1.7 goals scored and 1 conceded, while Inter boasts an average of 2.1 goals scored and only 0.86 conceded.
Those numbers paint a picture.
They do.
It seems like Inter have the edge in both attack and defense at the moment.
Okay.
Their ability to score freely while maintaining a tight defense makes them a dangerous dangerous opponent.
Which brings us to the part that everyone loves, the betting predictions.
Okay, let's hear it.
Our report highlights the 3 most likely outcomes. An Inter Milan win at 38% probability,
Okay.
a Juventus win at 32%, and a draw at 30%.
So Inter's slight favorites.
Slight favorites.
But Juventus's home advantage can't be ignored. That's what makes these odds so close.
It's going to be a nail-biter for sure.
Great.
Anything jump out at you from the betting tips?
Well, the away win for Inter at odds of 2.63 is tempting.
Yeah, it is.
But for those who like a safer bet, the double chance bet on an away winner draw at odds of 1.47 is worth considering. It gives you a little more breathing room.
Right. And given all that attacking talent on display, the both teams to score bet at 1.72 seems appealing.
Right.
This match could be a goal fest, so the over 2.5 goals bet at 1.82 might also be worth a look.
Yeah, it could be. But before we get carried away with the numbers, let's appreciate the history.
Oh, I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Juventus versus Inter. It's not just about stats and predictions. Yeah. It's a clash of titans. 2 of Italy's most storied clubs.
For sure.
With a rivalry that spans decades.
It's amazing how certain matches become these epic narratives.
It is.
Juventus with their legacy of success and unwavering determination, and Inter looking to reclaim their place at the top.
It's a story filled with drama, passion, moments of brilliance.
It is. And you never truly know what's going to happen when these two teams step onto the pitch. It's like a time machine.
It is.
It takes you back to those legendary clashes of the past, but always relevant to the present.
I think what makes it so captivating is that even after all the analysis, there's that unpredictability.
Right.
The history, the intensity, the individual brilliance. It all adds up to a match that can defy logic and produce those moments that become a part of footballing folklore.
Absolutely.
So we've unpacked the recent form, the tactical nuances, the key players, the data, even the betting predictions. But before we dive into those historical anecdotes, I'm curious.
Yeah.
What's standing out to you so far? What are you most excited to see unfold on Sunday?
For me, it's the clash of styles. You've got Juventus who can adapt their approach based on Allegri's in-game adjustments, sometimes playing a more controlled game and other times unleashing those explosive counterattacks.
Right, like reading the flow of the match and reacting accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have Inter, who under Inzaghi are all about relentless pressing, winning the ball back quickly, and then hitting you with these lightning fast transitions. It's going to be a fascinating tactical battle to watch unfold.
It really does feel like a clash between control and chaos. And speaking of clash, as you mentioned, this fixture has this rich history. What comes to mind when you think about the classic Juventus-Inter encounters?
Well, one match that always sticks with me is that 2006 Coppa Italia final. The atmosphere was electric, both teams were at their best, and the game went all the way to extra time.
Oh wow, extra time in a final. That must have been intense.
It was, and the tension just kept building and building. Then in the 119th minute, with penalties looming, Adriano, Inter's star striker, unleashes this incredible volley from outside the box.
No way. A last-minute winner in a cup final. Talk about a storybook ending.
It was a moment of pure brilliance, the kind that gets etched in your memory forever, and it perfectly encapsulates the drama and unpredictability of this rivalry.
Even though that match was almost 20 years ago, it still feels relevant today. This Sunday's game could have a significant impact on the current Serie A title race. It adds another layer of intrigue to this already captivating narrative.
Absolutely. So, with everything we've discussed, what's the one big question on your mind going into this match?
Well, for me, it all comes down to this. Can Juventus's home advantage be enough to overcome Inter's red-hot form? Or will Inter's attacking firepower be too much for the Bianconeri to handle even at the Allianz?
That's the million-dollar question. Juventus at home are a force to be reckoned with, but Inter's momentum is undeniable. If Inter can maintain their defensive discipline and exploit the spaces that Juventus's counterattacking style inevitably leaves open, they have a real chance of grabbing all 3 points.
But never count out Juventus. They have a knack for rising to the occasion, especially in big matches like this. And with players like Chiesa and Vlahovic leading the attack, they're always capable of pulling off an upset.
You bring up a good point. With all this talk about tactics and form, we can't forget about the individual battles that often decide these tight matches. Which ones do you think will be crucial in determining the outcome?
Well, for Juventus, I think it's all about containing Inter's midfield maestros, Barella and Calhanoglu. If they can disrupt Inter's build-up play and limit their creative options, it'll go a long way towards stifling their attack.
I agree. And on the flip side, Inter's defense will need to be rock solid to deal with the pace and trickery of Chiesa and the goal-scoring threat of Vlahovic. If they can keep those two quiet, it'll significantly increase their chances of securing a victory.
So it seems like the midfield battle will be absolutely crucial. Whoever can control that area of the pitch will likely dictate the flow of the game.
And of course, let's not forget about the unpredictable nature of football. A moment of brilliance, a refereeing decision, or even a defensive error can swing the momentum in an instant.
That's the beauty of it. No matter how much you analyze and predict, the game always has a way of surprising you.
Speaking of surprises, I'm really intrigued to see how the tactical battle plays out. Will Allegri stick with his favored 3-5-2 or opt for a more attacking 4-3-3 to match Inter's formation?
And how will Inzaghi set up his team to deal with the threat of Juventus's counterattacks? Will he take a more cautious approach, or will he stick to his high-pressing attacking philosophy?
These are the questions that keep managers up at night. And they're the kind of questions that make this match so fascinating for us fans.
It's true. But the good news is we don't have to wait much longer to find out the answers. Sunday can't come soon enough.
Another exciting aspect of this match is the potential for some of Italy's brightest young talents to make their mark on the big stage.
Absolutely. We've already talked about Chiesa and Vlahovic for Juventus, but keep an eye on Fabio Moretti as well. He's a young midfielder with incredible vision and passing range. He could be a real difference maker for them.
And for Inter, there's Christian Aslani, a talented Albanian midfielder who's been making waves this season. He's got great technical ability and a knack for finding space. He could be a key player for Inter in unlocking Juventus's defense.
It's great to see these young players getting the opportunity to shine in a match of this magnitude. They're the future of Italian football.
It's a testament to the strength of both clubs that they're able to develop and nurture such promising young talent, and it adds another layer of excitement to this already captivating fixture.
It's a reminder that while this rivalry is steeped in history, it's also constantly evolving, with new chapters being written all the time.
Who knows, maybe Sunday's match will give birth to a new legend, a moment that will be talked about for years to come.
That's what I love about football. It's a sport that never ceases to amaze and inspire.
And with a rivalry as passionate and unpredictable as Juventus versus Inter, we're guaranteed a spectacle no matter what the final scoreline may be.
So let's delve a bit deeper into this rivalry. What about the individual battles? The midfield battle is obviously key. What about the other areas of the pitch?
Well, the battle of the defenses is just as crucial.
Right. For Juventus, it all starts with their experienced center-back duo, Leonardo Bonucci and Matthijs de Ligt. They'll need to be at their absolute best to marshal their backline and keep Inter's dynamic attack at bay.
And for Inter, Alessandro Bastoni and Milana Skriniar form a formidable partnership in the heart of their defense. They're both excellent readers of the game, strong in the tackle, and comfortable on the ball. They'll be tasked with shutting down the likes of Chiesa and Vlahovic, which is no easy feat.
It's going to be a real battle of wills between these defensive units. Every tackle, every interception, every clearance could be crucial in determining the outcome of this match.
It's like a series of mini-dramas unfolding simultaneously, each with its own twists and turns and moments of brilliance.
But speaking of brilliance, we can't forget about the goalkeepers. They could very well be the heroes of this match, making those crucial saves that keep their team in the game.
Absolutely. For Juventus, Wojciech Szczesny is a world-class shot stopper who's capable of producing match-winning saves. He'll need to be at his absolute best to keep out the likes of Martinez and Thuram.
And for Inter, Andre, Onana is an incredibly agile and athletic goalkeeper with lightning-fast reflexes. He's already proven himself to be one of the best in Serie A. This matchup between the posts is going to be a real treat for fans.
And then, of course, there's the tactical battle between the managers.
You're right. Allegri and Inzaghi are two of the most tactically astute minds in the game, and their decisions on the sidelines could very well swing the match in favor of their team.
It's going to be fascinating to see how they adapt their strategies throughout the match, reacting to the flow of the game and the performances of their players. They'll need to make the right substitutions, tweak their formations, and motivate their players to dig deep and fight for every inch of the pitch.
It's like a chess match with live players, where every move has the potential to change the course of the game.
And that's what makes this rivalry so captivating. It's a battle of wits, a test of skill, and a showcase of passion, all rolled into one unforgettable spectacle.
So as we get closer to kickoff, it's a good time to reflect on what makes this matchup so special. Why does this fixture capture the imagination of fans all over the world?
Well, it's more than just a football match. It's a clash of cultures, a meeting of styles, a battle of legacies. It's about history, pride, and the pursuit of glory.
It's a reminder of the power of sport to unite and divide, to inspire and to frustrate.
It's a story that's been told and retold for generations, and yet it never gets old.
And on Sunday, a new chapter will be written in this epic saga.
Yeah, it really feels like the whole world will be watching when these two teams take the pitch Sunday.
It's going to be an event, that's for sure.
And for anyone lucky enough to be at the Allianz Stadium,
It'll be an experience.
it'll be an experience they'll never forget.
Oh, yeah.
I can only imagine that atmosphere, you know, the chants, the tension, the roar of the crowd with every goal.
Speaking of goals, we haven't even touched on the managers. Oh, that's right.
Allegri and Inzaghi are tactical masterminds, you know, and they could easily swing the match in their team's favor with their decisions from the sidelines.
Right, it's like having two grandmasters playing chess on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Each substitution, each tactical tweak, each motivational word can have a huge ripple effect on the entire match.
It's true.
And it'll be fascinating to see how they adapt their strategies throughout the game.
For sure.
Will Allegri try to counter Inter's high press with quick transitions, or
Right. Or will Inzaghi,
set up his team to exploit any potential weaknesses in Juventus's defense?
Exactly. These are the questions that are going to be swirling in their minds as the match unfolds.
It's a mental battle as much as it is a physical one.
Absolutely. And remember, even the best laid plans can go awry.
Oh, yeah.
Football is a game of moments, and sometimes it's the unexpected that makes the difference. A moment of brilliance, a defensive error, or just a stroke of luck. These things can turn the tide.
That's what keeps us on the edge of our seat, right?
Yeah.
That anything can happen.
Exactly.
That the script can be flipped in an instant. It's the unpredictable drama of it all.
Yeah, and with a rivalry as fierce as Juventus versus Inter,
Right?
we're guaranteed a spectacle, no matter what the score is.
Regardless of the final score.
It's about history, passion, the pursuit of glory.
So as we eagerly await kickoff, let's just appreciate what this fixture really means.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that football's more than just a game.
It's a cultural phenomenon, a shared experience. It brings people together, it sparks debate, it creates memories that last a lifetime.
It's about the stories we tell, the heroes we celebrate, the moments that just become etched into our collective consciousness.
Absolutely.
Whether you're a diehard fan or a casual observer,
Right.
Juventus versus Inter is a must-watch.
It is.
It's a clash of styles, a battle of wills, a celebration of the beautiful game.
Absolute.
So tune in on Sunday, February 16th, as these two titans of Italian football collide at the Allianz Stadium.
It's going to be good.
We'll be back after the final whistle to break it all down, analyze those key moments, and offer our insights on what it all means.
Until then, let the anticipation build. Enjoy the spectacle. Savor the drama, because when Juventus and Inter clash, the world of football stands still.
See you on the other side of this one. This has been The Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed.